Hey, Diane Rose, thanks for joining us. Diane, tell me where you're from. Tell me where you're calling from, or tell me where you're on the broadcast from. Hey, JLC, thanks for joining us. Hey, Greg Campos. Hey, GED White, thanks for joining us. We're going to talk about some top ways to tighten your belly. Hey, AZ Chronicles, thanks for joining us. Thank you, Hair Maintenance. Thanks for joining us. Hi, Pankale. Thanks for joining us. We are going to be talking about the top 3 ways to tighten your tummy. Yes. You see how tight my tummy is on that picture? Yes. We're going to talk about top 3 ways. Hey, Lolita. Thanks for jumping in here. And if you know of anyone that might need this scope, go ahead and slide up or over and share it with your followers on Twitter. Share it with your people here that follow you on Periscope. Hi, Sonner. Thanks for joining us. If it's your first time here with me, I'm Angie K. I am a health and wellness expert. I'm the founder of Live and Thrive and the creator of Cure Cleanse, the only cleanse that incorporates movement, meals, motivation, and maintenance. Thanks for joining us. Hi. Thanks for joining me. And so I'm going to go ahead and get started with this scope. And so if it's your first time joining me, I'm Angie K. I'm a health and wellness expert, and I help women lose weight for good, revel in their own version of sexy, and just downright be show-stoppingly sexy. And today I'm going to talk about the top 3 ways that you can actually tighten not only your stomach, because the tummy is like the main place where women have an issue, but I'm going to show you the top 3 ways for you to really tighten and tone all of your skin. And no, none of these ways includes exercise. And so if this is something that you want to hear or something that you want me to go ahead and talk about, tap the hearts to let me know that this is something that you actually like, something that you actually want to hear, because I'm all about giving useful, good information. I'm a health and wellness coach who has also competed in bodybuilding. So I know what it takes to get that nice, tight, toned tummy. And I can tell you now that as a former bodybuilder, we did not do crunches. We did not do anything like that. And I'm going to share with you some really cool insider tips that you can actually start today and help tighten your tummy. So if this is something that you want to hear, tap the hearts, share with your followers, share with your people here on Periscope, and share with your folks on Twitter. And so we are going to go ahead and just jump right in. And so the number 1 way that you can tighten and tone your skin is hydration. And so I know you've heard a lot about this. Water. There's so much information out there on water. It's no wonder people don't know how much they should actually be drinking. And I'm going to go through some really cool tips here so that you'll know how much water you should be drinking. Crazy ways to kind of get your water in without being concerned about whether or not it tastes good, whether or not you got enough on board, because water can also be dangerous if you drink too much at one time. So the number 1 way to help tighten and tone your skin and tighten and tone your stomach is to drink water. And so on my journey, I'll tell you a little bit about my story. I'm a mom of 1. And if you haven't heard about my story, I was 120 pounds. And with my pregnancy, I got up to about 200 pounds. And so the extra 80 pounds is, thank you, Donna, the extra 80 pounds that I gained. Some of it was from the pregnancy. And I have to be honest, some of it was just from me not taking care of my body, not eating properly, and definitely not hydrating like I needed to. Once the pregnancy was over, I decided to go ahead and go on a journey to try to lose the weight. I lost about 20, 30 of the pounds, somewhere up in there. It fluctuated. But then I decided to go back to medical school. And with that, I gained about 30 pounds in a matter of 2 years. And so the weight that I had lost had all come back. And so once I was able to get out of medical school, I decided to really do something about my health. And the one thing that I did, I said, okay, well, maybe if I become a bodybuilder, because those girls look good. Maybe if I become a bodybuilder, all of the weight will go away. I'll look nice and tight and nice and lean and things like that. And so as I went on this journey, the one thing that I thought I was going to do was, get on the floor and do some crunches and do a lot of little stuff. And the personal trainer that I hired to get me show ready, she was able to get me show ready within 12 weeks. So in 12 weeks, I dropped from about 180 down to 128. And when I dropped down to 128 pounds in that short amount of time, my skin sagged. It sagged so badly. My skin sagged. And so I started doing my own research, and I said, okay, so now I've learned that what works for one person may not work for the next person. And so then I learned that what else am I missing? And then I started looking at hydration and proper hydration. Do you know that 75% of people here in the U.S. are chronically dehydrated? Your body's made up of about 60% water. Your brain is about 70 to 80% water. And there's a reason why if you start hydrating early in the morning, it wakes you up. If you've never been one of those people that gets up and drinks water instead of coffee, you've probably never experienced this. And if this is something that you want me to continue to talk about, please give hearts. Please share it with your followers, because I'm going to get into the next couple of ways that you can actually tighten and tone your skin. So once I learned that I was chronically dehydrated, which most people are, we get up in the morning, the first thing we reach for is coffee. And I work in medicine. A lot of the people that I work with, the first thing they reach for is Coca-Cola, Mountain Dew, Diet Pepsi, Diet Coke. And these things are highly caffeinated, unless you pick decaf. These things are highly caffeinated, and they further dehydrate you. So once you've been asleep and you wake up in the morning, you've been through this fasting period, right? And during this fasting period, you have not been hydrating. And so for you to get up in the morning and reach for something caffeinated, you dry yourself out further. And that is how you perpetuate this chronic dehydration. And so once I learned that I was dehydrated, I started saying, okay, let me get myself back hydrated properly like I'm supposed to, and do that consistently. Within a matter of a couple of weeks, with me drinking the water like I was supposed to, my skin wouldn't even pull. I couldn't even pull it. It was so tight on my abdomen. And then after that was when I was able to see 2-pack, 4-pack, 6-pack. And then I got to the point where I can even see the veins in my abs. Now, I know women don't want to be that tight or that that snatched, but you definitely want to be able to see some definition. And so even on a regular basis now, at any given moment, I look like my photo. When you see me in person, I look like my photo. I don't have a belly. I don't have to worry about that. Now, high maintenance, you had a question about how many ounces to drink. This is the key to water, because people will tell you, hey, that's too much water. I consistently drank a gallon per day. That's about 120 to 130 ounces. So that's 4 1-liter bottles that I would drink a day. And when I found myself having trouble getting it all in, I set an alarm for me to get up in the morning and start drinking. So I would leave my liter on my nightstand, and I would at least get my first liter in within the first 3 hours of wake up. And so while I'm walking around the house, I would drink a little bit of water. Keep drinking. Now, when you start this, you're going to have to pee a lot. I'm telling you now, you're going to have to pee a lot. And I'm going to tell you why. The reason why you have to pee a lot and that's a surefire sign that you're chronically dehydrated. Because what people don't understand is that the water that you drink, you think you drink it, it filters through your body and you pee it out. That's not the case. You drink it. Some of it actually stores up in your organs. Some of it actually stores up in your muscles. And here's the key. Some of it actually flushes the toxins out of fat that make the fat cells look bigger. You don't grow more fat cells. You've got all the fat cells you're ever going to have in your life. And so what happens is those cells get bigger based on what you eat. And a lot of that is because of some of the toxins and things in food. Water allows you to filter out all of these toxins. And so you're able to actually look smaller, shrink those cells. And so all of this water that you start to take in will give you the opportunity to really flush out those cells. And so the type of water that you need to drink is you can drink spring. If you are actually on a detox, I highly suggest that you drink distilled water. And I'm going to tell you why. Distilled water has the power to actually pull toxins out of things. If you don't believe me, take a glass of distilled water and put a lemon in it. Within a matter of a few minutes, the water will pull that flavor out of the lemon, and it tastes very, very bitter. If you put lemon in like spring water or something else, hey Naomi, thanks for joining us. If you put a lemon in spring water or something else, it takes a little bit more time for spring water to pull those things out. So if you are on a detox, I highly suggest distilled water. Now, you can't stay on distilled water for an extended period of time. Do it for your detox and then go back to whatever you like to drink. Spring, natural spring, whatever it is, your favorite type. So the number one way to start tightening your tummy is to get your hydration in. I suggest 1 ounce for every pound of body weight that you weigh. 1 ounce for every pound. If you think that's going to be too much for you, then set an alarm for about 30 to 45 minutes before you normally wake up. And go ahead and sit up in bed and start to drink your first 16 ounces to 32 ounces. Try to get that first liter in. If you're somebody that says, well, I'll wake up early, Angie, I got to go to work, this and that, I don't want to be peeing all day, you're going to be peeing. When you first start this, you're going to be peeing. You're going to pee. But what will happen over time is if you stay consistent at doing this, your fat cells will start to shrink. Your stomach will start to tighten. Your thighs will start to go down. Your butt will start to tighten and lift. And you'll be able to see how your glutes and how your body is really shaped. So hydration is a big, big deal. So many people are chronically dehydrated that you wonder what they look like under all of that. You'll start to see your cheekbones again. You'll start to see your dimples again. So 1 ounce for every pound of body weight that you weigh. That's a good place to start. Break it up during the day. And here's another tip. Don't drink water 1 hour before you eat or 1 hour after. Give yourself some space because you don't want to fill up your stomach with water. You really want to fill your stomach up with nutrient-dense food, your lunch, the stuff you put time into preparing. Okay? So break your water down and get it in. The second way to really tighten your stomach is to dry brush. Now, if you're not familiar with dry brushing, I'm going to tell you what it is. So dry brushing is basically you taking a brush that is dry. Yes, room temperature water, add lemon if you can. If you can't get room temperature water, if you prefer it warm, that's a better way too. Warm lemon water is the best way to rehydrate your body in the morning. Adding the lemon helps to alkalinize the body and really flush out toxins and move you away from the acidity that comes along with the foods that you eat and some of the things that you kind of take in during the day. And so this dry brushing is another way to kind of get some of those toxins out, because the toxins a lot of times is why we look bigger than we look. So you need a nice bath brush, those big, beautiful brushes that you see in the different stores. And if this is information that you like, share it with your followers. Tap the hearts and things like that to let me know that this is something that's actually helping you guys, because I don't know if you don't respond. I want to make sure that I'm giving you good content that you're able to walk away with and start today. You can start drinking today. And the last tip I'm going to say about water before I go back to dry brushing, stop drinking. No matter where you are, stop drinking 30 to 45 minutes before it's time for you to go to bed. So stop drinking 30 to 45 minutes before it's time for you to go to bed. Set that alarm to wake up and start drinking water. For those of you who just joined, I'm Angie K. I'm a health and wellness expert, and I help busy women start weight loss to wellness journeys and complete them. And today we are talking about the top 3 ways to tighten your tummy. And number 1 was to get back hydrated. Get yourself hydrated. 1 ounce of water for every pound of body weight. The next way is to dry brush. And I had my brush here. I was going to show y'all, but so I dry brush on a regular basis. I'm going to show y'all my brush. This is my brush. This is my brush. If you have hot flashes, drink water that's cold. Try water that's cold. And the only reason I say that is because the water that's cold, I will tell you that it's going to spark your metabolism because your body has to kick it up to warm the water up to your body temperature. So, yeah. And don't let your water be boring. Have fun with your water. Have fun with your water. So add some fruits in it. Add some herbs in it, like basil, like mint. Add some things to your water. Your water doesn't have to be bland. Add things in it like lemon. Add berries. Add some good stuff to your water. Really have fun with your water. Really look forward to getting your gallon in and say, oh, wow, this is really good. I find that lemon and mint is actually very tasty. And I find that blueberries or fresh cut strawberries and mint are very, very tasty. And then it's just something that you look forward to drinking. And try to drink out of glass if you can. You might store it in a plastic container, but try to drink out of glass as often as possible. But sometimes it's not feasible to carry around a gallon of water in a glass container. And I'd rather you get the water in. So drink the water, and like I said, within a matter of weeks, my stomach, I did not have any more skin. That thing was tight as a drum, and I didn't have that issue anymore. This is my dry brush. Use the brush dry, and I'm going to tell you why this works. Use the brush dry. Use the brush dry on dry skin. Get up in the morning after you drink your water, pull out your brush, and start brushing your skin before you get in the shower. Now, how do you brush? Don't just brush. Brush in a way that your skin grows. So you want to brush from your hand. My hand's down here by the scope. From your hand up to your shoulder. You want to brush from your feet up to your waist. You want to brush your abs up. So you really want to start brushing. And you want to know why you do this? For a few reasons. The number 1 way this tightens your skin is that it helps to exfoliate it. When skin starts to sag, it's because those cells that are there are dry, dead, shriveled up cells. They don't have that good, sexy elasticity that you need to stay tight. And what this does, brush towards your heart. Yes. What this does is it moves those old, dead cells, moves it. And you start to get the blood under the skin to circulate. When that blood starts circulating, you start to grow better, beautiful, glowing, healthy skin. And when the new skin comes in, it's nice, it's tight, it's elastic, it's sexy. That is what you want. You want new cells turning over. And as you give out all that water to those cells, they're nice, they're plump, they're beautiful, they glow. And that is what you want. Pay close attention to a few different areas when you brush. Your thighs, all your problem areas, whether it's the back of your thighs, cellulite, your butt. Make sure you don't brush your butt down. Don't brush down on your butt. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. You want your butt to lift, brush up. Brush up the back of your legs, right? This is funny. Don't brush down on your booty unless you want that thing to sag. And last time I checked, that was not sexy. Nobody wants a saggy booty. Same thing with your breast. Brush up. But be careful around your nipples for obvious reasons. Brush up to create that nice elasticity in the skin so that when you turn it over new cells, you get these plump, juicy, beautiful cells that are just nice, elastic, sexy, head turning, glowing. That is what you want. The next thing that this does, besides exfoliate the skin and besides turning over new cells, it actually allows you to move that acidity that sits under the skin. So a lot of things that we eat, if you're not making your food yourself and you're not eating food from its original state, meaning if you didn't kill it, catch it, kill it, cook it, you didn't do it yourself, if it came in a packaged, wrapped up and you opened it and cooked it, then odds are, unless it's a fruit or a vegetable that you bought fresh, and even then that's questionable, you need to make sure that you are dry brushing to move the acidity that is created from the way the food is processed here in the States. Now, if you're from another country and you're on this scope and y'all eat fresh killed stuff, then this may not apply to you. But if you are here in the United States with me and you eat meat or you eat foods that were pre-made for you, a lot of that stuff has things in it that creates this acidity that literally will sit under your skin. And what it does is it actually makes your fat cells bigger. It makes them look bigger. And so this here helps you move some of that acid. Get that acid moving out of your body. Create a more alkalinized state. Get that acid out. That is what this is for. And for the people that are just now joining us, I'm Angie K. I'm a health and wellness coach, and I help busy women create weight loss to wellness journeys. And today we are talking about getting drum tight abs with ways that do not require exercise. And so the first way was drink that water, 1 ounce for every pound of body weight. The second way was dry brush, exfoliate, brush towards your heart. Use the brush dry on dry skin. Get up, set an alarm, drink your water, get your brush, dry brush your body, and then get in the shower and clean yourself. And if you want to do a further exfoliation with your favorite, scrub or anything like that, fine. Take you a day and do that. You should be dry brushing every day. Keep it with Periscope. Hey, sorry, y'all. My scope got blocked. I don't know what y'all saw, but hey, are you back? I'm back. Hey, y'all. Hey, I'm back. Okay. So I'm going to get into the third way really. Sorry, I think we got bumped off. I don't know why. So the third way is to make sure that you are incorporating some raw foods into your diet. And one of the biggest things that you can do is start to give your body raw foods. And what raw foods do. Are you back? Is everybody back? Is everybody back? If you shared this before, please share it back with your followers again. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for coming back. Yes. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for being back. Yes. We're back. Success. Yes. We're back. I'm so glad. Yes. All right. And so the next thing that you can do, I was getting ready to say, was raw foods. And so you want to get as many things as close to their original state as possible. And the reason why that is because raw foods are full of antioxidants. Antioxidants also help move that acid, shrink your belly. Like when I was a bodybuilder, my best friend was raw spinach. My best friend was raw spinach, raw carrots, raw apples. Those were my besties. I love them. And if you sitting on here and you say, I ain't trying to eat no raw carrots. I'm not trying to eat nothing raw like that. I can't stand raw broccoli. I can't do raw cauliflower. I can't do that raw stuff. I want you to make yourself something to actually dip it in. Thanks for joining us. We're talking about the top 3 ways to tighten your stomach without the use of exercise. The first way, I'm going to review them really quick because we got kicked off. The first way was to drink your water. 1 ounce of water for every pound of body weight. Set an alarm. Get your first liter in within the first 3 hours of wake up. Get you a brush, beautiful little bath brush. Start dry brushing. Your skin should be dry. The brush should be dry. Get soft, natural bristles to help move some of the acid under your skin. Turn over new cells that you're hydrating, and pay close attention to brushing your stomach, Pay close attention to brushing your thighs and close attention to brushing your butt and your legs and things like that to help get those new cells turning over, move that acid under the skin, and help you really get nice and tight. The third way was to start incorporating raw foods into your diet. Have you some raw carrots, have you some raw celery, have you some raw apples. And if you're not, I find it easier to eat raw fruit because it's sweet. People like it. I don't know a lot of people that don't like fruit. But when it comes to the vegetables, people got an issue with the vegetables. And so I have a nice little way that you can put some vegetables into your diet and really enjoy it. And if this is something that you're enjoying and that you like, tap those hearts and share this broadcast, because I'm going to give you a quick way to actually have something to dip your vegetables in without breaking the bank when it comes to calories. Without breaking the bank, because here's the thing, you can eat broccoli, but when you slather it with ranch dressing, to me that's not broccoli anymore. That's ranch with a side of something. But it's not necessarily, it's not something that's going to be that super healthy, nice, raw, give you something good for you. So here's what you can do. Something that I ended up doing and I absolutely love it. One of the things that I ended up doing was I took apple cider vinegar with some olive oil and I put half and half in a mason jar, half apple cider vinegar, half olive oil. And what I did was I put some raw garlic cloves in that jar and I put a little bit of sea salt and a little bit of pepper. You can add some cayenne if you want, and that's my dressing. And so that is what I poured over my raw veggies. That is what I dipped my raw veggies in. And if you really want to get intricate, you can add a little bit of raw honey. So now you've got this spicy, sweet, bitter, nice, pungent dressing that you've made, and you can put that and all of these things in the dressing are giving you something awesome, like the pink sea salt, like the fresh crushed pepper or the cayenne pepper that actually kicks up your metabolism and gets you burning fat too, like the ACV that is a natural fat burner, and as well as the olive oil that's giving your body some good fat. So you can take that and even the raw honey. Raw honey is very hydrating for the body. So you want to put these things together in a nice mason jar with some raw garlic cloves, and that it makes for an amazing dressing, something very delicious that you can actually dip your carrot sticks in, or you can actually pour over your raw salad, whatever it is you're eating it with. And so those are the top 3 ways. So no exercise. Get your water in, 1 ounce for every pound of body weight. Get you a brush and have a ball. Dry brush your skin. And the last thing you need to do is make sure you're incorporating raw foods into your diet. I suggest to start out that you have something raw in the morning. So for about a week, say, okay, I'm only going to have fresh cut fruit for breakfast and maybe some raw almonds. They're all raw. So do something like that. Say, I'm going to have me a raw apple with some raw almond butter. It's all raw, something quick, delicious. You've got protein, you've got fat, you've got carb. Well-rounded little meal you've got, and you're not breaking the bank on calories. For lunch, always have a side of something raw, okay? And then once you've incorporated those things, have yourself a raw day. Have a day where all you eat is raw food. And I'm going to tell you, raw food is addictive. Raw food, vegan food, it has come a long way. There's so many things that you can create raw that are just absolutely mind-blowingly delicious. And at some point, I'm going to show y'all how to do that on these scopes, but not right now. But I just want you to know that there's so many raw options out there that you can eat, and they're delicious for you. Make the dressing 1 part vinegar, ACV, not Heinz, but ACV with the mother. 1 part vinegar, 1 part olive oil, and add a little bit of crushed pepper in there, or some cayenne pepper. Add a little bit of honey and some raw garlic cloves, and voila. And the longer you keep those cloves in that mason jar with it, the more delicious that dressing becomes. And so this has been me, Angie K, your weight loss to wellness expert. And thanks for joining me. Thanks to everyone who stuck around despite the scope blocked off, or I don't know. I guess everybody's at the summit. Maybe next time I'll go to the summit. I don't know. But thank you so much for joining me. And until next time, love and light, gorgeous. Bye.